Mhm.
It's really like important. We understand it, but I think it's not in the mass. It's not understandable for the mass. So, can you, in easiest words, explain what is Zika relapse?
Yeah, of course. Zero knowledge is a mathematical primitive, and the idea is that you can kind of. Um, okay, so there's a story about why we're called scroll. It's because ZK proofs is something where you can pack a lot of transactions into one
Mhm.
scroll and roll it up into a very, very small proof. Kind of like the scroll, you can unpack it so it's a very so it can record a lot of data and information, or you could roll it up into a very, very small roll, kind of like the transaction proving. And so that's why we're called scroll. And ZK is a very special mathematical primitive where you can packed a lot of transactions into one proof and post it on Ethereum to make it more efficient and amortize the cost over the long run. So over the last 2 to 3 years, ZK have been very kind of very quickly getting faster and improving at a very breakneck speed. Um, and I think I expect that to continue. What that means is that we're getting very close to real-time proving, and that means
Mhm.
almost instant finality. And what is that like? Well, basically, what that unlocks is a future of finance where there is no rollback and where finality settles almost immediately, and that will unlock a lot of the transactions which happens kind of in the remittance use case, and also in the payment use case, and in a future in 3 to 5 years where there are multitude of AI agents managing your assets. The finality feature also means there can be better and much stronger experience of interchain interoperability.
Yeah, you've mentioned some use cases. Can you make it more clear, like to show it in practice? For example, I am a Ethereum blockchain user.
Mhm.
How this helped me using this blockchain or to do some transactions, etc. Just can you name some real examples?
Yeah, so the real example is that as you bridge from Ethereum L1 to Scroll the L2 and vice versa through the Scroll official bridge, the time to a final settlement is very short compared to every other chain. That means when you are trying to balance your books between different chains, this is an advantage because you don't lose days during this process. So humans cognitively can manage these things, and most DeFi user behaviors currently indicates that people allocate different parts of their capital to different chains, precisely because of this time to rebalancing that's required between different chains, different L2s that currently exist. But what Scroll will create as a new behavior where kind of L1 to L2 bridging is instantly settled, and for large amounts of capital or for capitals that are managed by these like smart agents, this is something that will start to cut into the bottom line and have significant kind of noticeable yield improvements.
And how Scrolls is stand out from other competitors? What is the difference?
We don't really think about other competitors. I think we're here to build the open economy, and and I think there's a lot of room to grow. We're not particularly focused on the current Web3 user set alone. For us, the real opportunity is about helping those who are previously unbanked or helping those economies who are previously not on chain, and also unlocking and reducing cost in use cases where there were previously a lot of middlemen that are unnecessary. So I think it's still a very, the entire industry is in the very early innings of distribution. Product go to market. So this is at this stage, we don't look at our competitors, but I think it's very clear how Scroll will and is already differentiating. It's kind of putting security first. It's about being as scalable as possible without compromising any security principles.